And then all of a sudden, I've got 10 of her label team watching my every move on set. I'm like now trusted to direct PinkPantheress, the biggest
pop star,
biggest
of our time.
female music star in the UK. And I'm just like, I've never done this before. But then you have to pretend. So then I was like, okay, if I knew what I was doing, how would I act? And then that's just exactly what I did. And then eventually you forget you're pretending.
Welcome to another episode of Creatives on Chairs Chatting, and today my guest is Sabih Mahmood, a creative director, VFX and 3D artist who's done work for many artists. But most notably and recently, PinkPantheress. He did creative directing and the VFX for her last music video, Close to You. And in this episode, we talk about that experience of directing PinkPantheress on her music video, the experience working with a big, large team, and how to give good notes, good feedback to other artists. Apparently, he's very good at it. He claims to be. I hope you guys enjoy this episode. The full uncut version is on the Patreon. But enjoy this conversation with Sabih.
What's good, bro?
The Sab Dog.
That's me, man. Nice to meet you.
The flesh.
How you doing, bro?
He's actually an OG. You might know him as SVBIH. That's your current
that's my
Instagram
current
handle.
name.
But I knew you when you were at the Sab Dog.
The Sab Dog, the OG name.
Yeah, the OG name. Of course, we're going to talk about your work, with your latest work being, well, with PinkPantheress. Love her. Congratulations on
Thank you.
All the work you did on the album and also the music video that we'll get into. But first of all, congrats. Especially as a longtime follower, mutual.
Yeah.
It's really great to see where you're at now.
Both of us.
I know, for sure. Because we were talking about before we started recording, if I'm recording, that we were on Instagram around the same time. You were the Sab Dog. He was an OG stream, on my Overset Tech stream back in Twitch.
Yeah, I remember seeing this guy on Twitch during COVID time. So
wait, were you even following me on Instagram or just on Twitch random?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know how I found you.
I don't know how I met half the people I know right now on Instagram. But we just met, and then we just ended up doing really cool things. But I guess most of the people want to know, what the hell is creative directing? It says you say you creative directed the music video and also the album cover.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, mostly the music video, right?
Yeah,
but what is creative directing? Can you tell? Because it could either be nothing, or something.
See, that's the thing. I feel like everybody has their own definition of what creative direction is.
Okay.
And for me, my definition of creative direction is doing a lot of work. But for, like you said, other people's definition of creative direction is just overseeing and doing nothing.
Yeah, just sitting down and do this.
Yeah.
And then which I guess.
Yeah.
So it's a very encompassing.
So for me,
I guess let's talk about it in the terms of the music video that you worked on. What did that look like?
So when I do creative direction on a music video, what it looks like is essentially finding out what the vibe for the music video needs to be, putting together the references, the mood board, figuring out which team can then achieve that.
Okay.
And then giving a million notes on everything that everybody's doing in order to make sure that it looks how I see it in my head.
Yeah. And that's a harder skill than, I think that's why people don't take it seriously, because that sounds really easy. You're like the ideas guy. It's like a dream job kind of thing where you have the ideas, but translating that into actual, I guess, direction.
Yeah.
Is the hard part.
That's not easy.
It's not.
It's not easy. It's directing people is actually a hard job. That is a job in itself. And it takes up so much time, because sometimes I'll be on a video and a whole day will go past and I'll have no actual work to show for it. I've just been at my laptop the whole day for 10 hours and there's nothing, I cannot show you anything where I'm I've done this today. Because all I've done is just given revisions to people and watched other people's work and then sent people messages all day. and somehow that's work. But it is.
I guess I want to see, I guess let's take us through the process of that. I guess for the music video, like what did that from conception to like final
For the Pink
product,
Panthers
like,
one
and what did
specifically?
you like what did you did for your part? Yeah,
Okay.
for the Pink Panthers video.
So on that one,
Like how did that come to be? Like
okay. So how far back do we go here?
cuz like from the very beginning. Cuz I honestly I guess I'll ask first cuz like I watched the music video, probably one of the best music videos I've seen in a long time.
Thank you.
It looks so
I agree.
cool. Yeah, I'll probably play a clip right here, but and there are references in there, and I want to see if I got the references correct.
Okay.
Because I was getting a little bit of, I don't know if this was on the mood board. I want to see if I could guess what was on the mood board.
Okay. This is a new game show.
A new
Guess
game
what was
show,
on
like,
the mood board?
What's on the mood board?
Yeah.
Who was on the mood board?
Yeah.
But was Kingdom Hearts at all in the mood board? at all?
Honestly, no.
No?
I didn't
Really?
play Kingdom Hearts.
You didn't play Kingdom
growing
Nobody on the
up.
team was playing Kingdom Hearts. And then nobody even said the word Kingdom Hearts. Because I was getting that much vibe. Because there was also Alice in Wonderland.
There was Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
There was definitely Alice in Wonderland. There was James Bond Casino Royale.
Oh, interesting.
But
Oh, because like the title sequence.
Yeah.
Right. I see that now. I see that now.
But honestly, Kingdom Hearts, like everybody's played it as a kid.
Yeah.
But I just was that kid that never played it.
You never
So
played
I've
it?
never even.
Oh.
I've barely even watched any gameplay. I don't know what it.
But it was
maybe
giving
looks like.
pretty much Kingdom Hearts
Okay.
vibes for some reason. It's probably all the checkerboard stuff. But those are the main main inspirations for that.
Yeah, I mean, I went to the Tim Burton Museum in London.
Okay.
And trying to find a bunch of inspiration for the video, and then in the store, I ended up finding this like Alice in Wonderland coloring book, and I opened it up, and like half of the pages in there were just like exactly what I needed to see in order to like make this music video.
Yeah.
So, but then I remember like me and Loza. So Loza was the director for the video.
Yeah.
I brought the book back home to his, and I just like we went through the whole book, and like we just pointed at things and said yes and no. So like we saw rabbits and we're like no rabbits.
Okay.
And we saw the clocks and we're like no clocks. Then we saw the
No clocks.
Yeah, but then we saw like the floral stuff and
Yeah.
like the sort of black and white aesthetic, and we're like yes, we like that. We like the floral things. We like the cards. So it's just about like creative direction is all about like refining what makes it into the vibe or not, and then just being able to tell people like how to achieve that
Yeah.
through their skills.
There's been a lot of talk about like taste
Yeah.
in the creative industry right now because
Yeah.
of AI, right? It's like, oh, taste is all that matters. But I feel like maybe a more accurate name for it would be like taste director. You directed the taste of it all. Like this is what we're gonna pull from and then execute on.
It's hard though, because again, like in some industries, the creative director is the highest, like he's the guy above the director. He's the guy who's like running the whole
the whole
operation.
thing, yeah.
He's like the guy who's got 20 years of experience.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably why people want to be creative director, because like you oversee the whole thing. But you know, we're in sunny LA. Everyone's a creative director, but like you
Well, that's the
have to
thing,
like
yeah.
have some experience to kind of claim that title, maybe.
I
Like,
don't
what do you
know.
think?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I think that like
'Cause some people think that, and I'm like,
well, some people think that like in order to have creative direction as your like credit on a job,
Yeah.
you have to have had 20 years of experience.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have to
yeah.
be the best of the best. You have to
right.
be like 50 years old. But like I don't believe that. I just think that like if I want to be a creative director, if I want to
You
be a
could be a
director,
creative
if I want to be a
director.
graphic
Yeah.
designer, like
You could just be that.
all I need to do is just do
be that.
So like if I
Yeah.
want to be a designer, all I have to do is design things. If I
Yeah.
design something, I'm a designer.
I guess that's the difficult part of being a creative director. It's so nebulous and like so
Yeah.
vibes based.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, what does it actually mean? But you giving us a little bit of what it actually means, like, okay, I'm understanding it now. But
It's-
that puts in a lot of like, I feel like you need to build like trust with the other creatives in on the team, pretty much. Like they
Yeah.
would. I guess how do you, when you're working on this project, you know, creatives have an ego. Some people have that ego. How do you, I guess, transfer what you have in your head, but also like this, like, what am I trying to say? Compromise, not compromise, but like, because, you know, other creatives have their own vision, right?
Yeah.
And you have your own vision. And then how do you work with that? Because like, was there any point in this project where somebody said something that was like, kind of like not really, but also, do they just follow your lead throughout the project?
I think it's multiple levels. So one,
like collaboration, I guess. Like, how do you collaborate with so many different people? Especially you have this vision, right?
first of all, you need to make sure you've got like a very specific vision in your head, and then finding like a way to communicate that with everybody, whether it's through like a treatment or whether it's through the mood board, whether it's through like having calls and walking them through like yes or no. Like I remember we literally had like a list of like no clocks, no this, no this, no this, yes this, yes this, yes this. So like just finding a way to have the mood board, have the vibe, and then also communicate that well to the team. That's one job, because there's nothing worse. And this is the thing, because I've been on the opposite end of the spectrum. I've been the designer or the freelancer or the 3D guy, whatever you want to call it.
Where you don't know what's going on.
And I've been that guy where like the client doesn't know what they want, and then no matter what you do, it's never good enough. So having been on that end so many times, I now understand that what I'm trying to create the perfect project for people to want to work on. And I think that part of being a creative director is like having been on the opposite end of
that,
the opposite end of the equation, so that you know what not to do and what the best practices are.
I guess that's what people think about experience. Like you have to pay your dues. But paying your dues is just like working in the industry and knowing from experience what.
Like I would say I'm really good at video creative direction because I've worked on so many music videos and so many 3D videos that like I understand it like the back of my hand now, and like I can tell people exactly what keyframes to move around on animation to get the vibe right.
See, I mean, I feel like that's just like in any job where I'm like, the boss just doesn't know what you're doing. Like you could tell that they've never done this job, that they're supposedly knowing
and
what the process is.
That's a bad director. That's somebody, in my opinion, like I don't think I'm that good at like directing design people. Because I've never really been like a designer. But if you ask me to direct somebody to make an animation or a 3D video or a music video, like that's my bread and butter now. Like I can do that really easily. But you would probably make like a really good director, like art director for like a design company, like because you've done so much design.
I don't know. I'm very bad at asking for help and telling my thoughts.
Maybe he wouldn't make a good. maybe not.
No, I'm really bad at that. Like I'm barely like off camera. My friend Luke, previously been on the show, I asked for help. Well, I'm paying him. I didn't even ask for help. I'm paying him. Because I was like, you know what? Maybe this time I actually need help. And it's been great not doing everything by myself. I rented out this studio. I was like, you know what? Let's have let's have some creative direction. You know, I want the white wall. I had a vision. Just sit on the thing and just chat. Unplugged. You know, this is just unplugged. But I guess and then how do you talk to the artists themselves? Like, did Pink have her own ideas? And
we came up with a whole music video idea that
and was you presented to her.
Yeah, so it was mainly I kind of like Loz's when he goes into like treatment mode, when he goes into sort of pitching mode. Well, it's not necessarily the same as normal pitching because usually we kind of just secure the video and then just like give it treatment. But when he goes into treatment mode, he will kind of just lock in and just put something together, and then I might make the mood board for it, or I might come up with a bunch of ideas for it. But we made this whole idea that was based around like super cutesy, like a little bit of vaporwave, a little bit of like pastel colored stuff. But like she really didn't like it. She was just like, this is just too Y2K. It's like
too Y2K.
It's what people would have expected.
It's interesting that she wanted to move away from that.
She wanted to move away from it. And then she actually suggested a game called Return of the Obra Dinn, which is a video game that has the same color palette that we stole.
See, I knew there was some video game influence in there somewhere.
So that game has this like very dark green and like creamy green. I don't even know what those colors are, but it just had those colors.
It like
we were
directly.
just like let's just steal them. And she really liked the vibe of that. So then we were just like, okay, let's steal that. And then we just went down this Alice in Wonderland rabbit hole.
You went down there.
We went and it was within like 2 days we turned around like a completely different idea. And then I made the mood board for that. She really liked that, and then we made the video, and now it exists on YouTube.
No, it looks so sick. I guess what was What was the most difficult part of that project, and what was the most fun part of the project?
Oh my god. There was a lot of difficult things on that project.
Really?
man.
Well, like what were some of them?
I think
There was a lot of moving parts because there's a lot of like
we had
moving things and.
we had 4 weeks from like knowing that we were going to be taking on this video
Yeah.
to having it needed to be posted on YouTube.
4 weeks
4
for the whole
weeks.
thing?
Yes.
From
So,
conception to
from like conception.
Jeez.
So yeah, I think we had about 3.5 weeks for visual effects, and we took on a job that like we went too crazy. So I'm a big believer.
you went
in-
too crazy.
We went too crazy. I'm a big believer in going all out. I'm a big believer in like trying to put as much effort into things as you possibly can. But there comes a point. There comes a point where you
It's
need
too
to
much.
you need
It's
to
too
realize
much.
that like no matter what more you do, it's not going to change that much. So
Yeah.
for example, we did like the book, like we did like a pop-up book sequence where we had like this book open up and have like folding parts of everything. And then we did like a transformation sequence, and then we did 2 sequences where there was like spirals and she was like falling through it, and then this heart was falling through it, and then we did so many environments and all this stuff. We could have done probably like half of that, and the video would have got such like the same reception, the same amount of love,
Yeah.
and it would have been like 60 to 70% of the work. So I think we just made the mistake of like trying to go all out to prove ourselves as the best.
I've heard this rule, and tell me if you think it's true for this project or from what you've experienced. It's like there's the 80-20 rule.
Yeah.
Like 80% of the work is good enough, or 20% of the effort does the 80% of the results, or something like that.
I don't agree with that.
Or maybe I'm like flipping it all the way, but like if it's 80% good enough, I think at some point it's too much. Maybe it's not 80, maybe it's higher, but like.
Well, I
there
don't know
does
about the
come-
numbers. Yeah.
Huh?
I don't know about the numbers, but
Like, how do you know
there's a
where-
point of diminishing return.
Yeah.
I think that's the point, right? That like,
And how do you reel yourself in for that? Because I feel
well,
like
I think
feel that
that's why
too.
this project was really good, because now I know what the limit is.
So you got to push
Bro,
it
I did
to know the limit.
I did 6 all-nighters in 10 days.
Jeez.
Like that
This guy does
project
not
took-
drink caffeine.
I know. Yeah, no caffeine on that. That was just pure life.
Dude, I just popped like an Adderall and like a Celsius. I'm like, I need this to so I
To
can
do this,
function.
yeah. So yeah, that
You
one.
were doing this. You're raw dogging this.
It was
podcast. no substances.
no.
Nothing.
It was yeah. So straight sober. But yeah, so that video, I did too much work. I think we took on too. It was too ambitious for the time frame and for the budget. So the only way to make up for like lack of budget or lack of time frame is for me to lose sleep.
Yeah,
Like,
unfortunately,
I've done
you
that
have
too
to
many
pay.
times now.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Yeah.
you have to pay for it.
I feel like that project like changed me as a human being. I have a new
in
perspective.
a good or bad way.
In both.
Okay.
I feel like I lost like days of my life just editing on Blender for hour upon hour. But I also feel like it tested my limits. It
Yeah.
showed me that like I can, if it comes down to it, work unbelievably hard to the point where like I'm literally not even sleeping
Were
and
you
I'm just
handling-
at my laptop all the time.
Were you handling all the VFX just yourself? Or
No, so we
was
had like
there
a
different. There's more.
I was
team-
managing a
people.
team of like 15
Okay.
post people.
So people were just like doing different bits of the video.
So like we had like some people doing graphics for it. We
Yeah.
had some people doing
I feel
certain
like
3D
there's
scenes,
so many
certain
people on the
environments.
team.
Yeah, that
I don't
one-
know how to juggle all that. You know, like
It's hard. And
Yeah.
and like to begin with, when I first started working on music videos, like we'd have maybe 3 or 4 VFX artists, including myself. So it's a lot easier to juggle just that. But now, like, because we're working on bigger videos,
Yeah.
you get the privilege of being able to work with more people. And it's great because outsourcing is awesome. Like, it just means
Yeah.
that, like, somebody else can worry about that. But then you have to
See,
do
that's
all the
why I'm
direction
having-
still.
That's why I have Luke doing that.
Yeah,
whatever he's
but
doing.
you
right
have to
now.
do all the direction still. If you're a bad director, then like all the footage is going to be messed up, you know? And it's your fault, not his fault.
Oh no, it's totally my fault.
Exactly. Everything's your
I
fault.
was like, is this recording? Is this on? Like,
So
what was the most fun part of that
the
project?
most fun part, honestly,
Like,
being on set, man.
Being on
Being
set.
on set.
Yeah, how was that?
Again,
give us some juicy gossip.
Okay, you want
on
to give some
set.
juicy gossip? Okay, I've got
What's
a few
like
stories.
on set? What's on PinkPantheress'? What's it called? Rider. Like, what did she demand to be on set?
Okay, so I've only been on like I think 4 music video sets in my life,
Okay.
and then I think the PinkPantheress one was like the 4th one ever.
Damn.
So
That's big.
Yeah.
That's huge.
So going from like having no experience to like on the 4th one ever being on set with her was like pretty insane. And
Yeah.
also I was given a pretty big role on the video.
Yeah.
So, for example, there's a certain part in the video where she does like this whole transformation sequence, and we didn't know how much was going to be CG and how much was going to be sort of
Like
real.
practical, yeah.
So then we had to just like shoot everything as real as we could, and then maybe we'd use some of that, maybe we wouldn't. And during that time, Loza just looked at me and just goes, "Okay, so you seem to know what's happening on this section more than I do, so just take the lead."
Did you know? Did you know what was
I had no
happening?
idea. I had no clue. Dude, I'd never directed anybody on a set before. And like, honestly, I kept on forgetting what was happening on the video. I like had to keep on looking at my laptop to be like, oh yeah, this is the section we're on now. This is the section we're on.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I've got 10 of her label team watching my every move on set. And I'm like now trusted to direct PinkPantheress, the biggest like
Pop star
biggest
of our time.
female music star in the UK. And I'm just like, I've never done this before. But then you have to pretend. So then I was like, okay, if I knew what I was doing, how would I act? And then that's just exactly what I did. And then eventually you forget you're pretending.
Yeah, it's like I'm pretending right now that I know how to interview people.
And you're doing a good job.
We're doing great.
You're
Yeah, I'm doing
a
great.
job.
It's
But now
called-
that I know you're pretending.
No, I love. We were doing this off camera.
True,
we
we had to actually stop ourselves from talking in the car.
like
'cause
stop. We gotta save this for the podcast.
The show.
The interview show, the overset text show.
Yeah. So that was pretty crazy, just being directing her and telling her what to do and pretending like I knew what I was doing.
One homies.
I think the problem was that because everybody was online, like nobody had any reason to go outside.
Yeah, exactly.
So like we had to find community online.
Yeah.
And then like that's why it was so fun, because everybody was like, "Oh my god, I have no friends in real life. I'm not allowed legally to have any friends in real life. Like let's make some friends online."
How did you get connected with Pink in the first place?
Okay. So it was kind of random. Like I was doing a lot of the music video stuff. So I've worked on a lot of music videos that are very much classed as like very 2000s, very Y2K, whatever.
Yeah. No, I remember you started doing those. I'm like, whoa, those are like very accurately.
Thank you.
Like,
I mean, I lived through that stuff. So like,
yeah, exactly. Wait, how old are you?
I'm 22.
You lived through that stuff?
I
What the heck?
did. I was young, but like I still lived through.
Me being 31, I'm like, okay, maybe I lived through more of that.
Yeah, definitely. But I still grew up on it, you know.
No, but you guys got the vibe right.
Thank you.
You got the vibe right.
So yeah, I'd been doing a lot of the music video stuff, and then one of my friends, Reno, just said like, "Hey, somebody from Pink's team reached out to me and is looking for somebody to help design an album cover, figure out the aesthetic for her album, and they wanted something like lightly inspired by the 2000s. So can I connect you?" I was like, "Sure thing." Next thing you know, I'm in a group chat with her, like her phone number,
her actual,
and
damn.
one of her photographer videographers, David, and yeah.
And then you started working on the.
Then we just like texted a bunch, and I helped her figure out the vibe.
Yeah, I saw that you had like a lot of like.
Yeah, there's a lot of
mood
testing, a lot of mood
boards.
board stuff.
Yeah, so
based on like a bunch of references that she compiled, but then also that I found. And then I ended up hitting up my friend Marty, who works in graphic design a lot, and we just kind of tag teamed it. I think I was in Australia at the time, and so like I was just like going back and forth with him on Discord for like a day straight, just trying to like refine the design. And I never opened Photoshop, but like.
You've never opened Photoshop?
No, I have.
Yeah.
But on that project, yeah.
I was like, you've never done it. Like, damn, he designed the whole cover. He helped design a cover and never opened it.
No, so
Adobe program in his life.
again, he was kind of the designer, but like we went back and forth so many times, and it was such a collaborative effort. And yeah, we both just decided to say like, yeah, we both just designed it. And
I guess what made you guys pick the cutout, like kind of like what's it called, collage style?
I think that's just like very iconic of that time. Like
just like
she some of the samples that she used in the album were taken from like older songs as well. So like it kind of just made sense. And she wanted to do something that was like royal themed, but then very British. And I think that like that Lily Allen 2000s collage aesthetic like is kind of unbeatable. So we wanted to find a way to bring that in there, but also make it feel fresh.
Did you guys hear any of the songs before you guys worked on that? No.
No,
okay,
she didn't
so
send
this
us
is a
anything.
case of like not hearing.
Yeah. So on the actual album one, so we didn't design the final cover for the album.
Yeah.
We designed a mock-up for it. So I helped her figure out the vibe, and then we designed a mock-up for it. We then ended up working on 2 more covers with her anyway.
The alternates.
No,
Or
we did
just
2
like
single
the singles,
covers.
the singles,
So
yeah.
one for Tonight and one for Stage
Yeah,
Light.
Tonight.
And
The
those
Tonight
of them,
one's good.
Yeah, those
That
of
one
them,
you worked
Yeah,
directly.
Me and Marty did directly with that.
No, I remember you dropped that. Not gonna lie. I was jealous. I was like, damn. I'm usually not that jealous, actually. I'm famously not a jealous type of guy, but I was like, I really wanted to work with PinkPantheress.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn.
I was lucky,
really
man. I was
cool.
very
It was
fortunate.
so
I'm very
sick.
fortunate.
Huh?
I'm very fortunate to like at such a young age being able to
No,
be given
it's-
these
it was
opportunities,
cool.
man. Like it's
Yeah.
awesome. I was just like doing that with him, and then out of nowhere, one of my friends I'm staying with now, Reno, he just said to me like, "Yo, Pink's team is looking for somebody to like help figure out like what to do with her next album." And he said it's lightly 2000s inspired, so I recommended you to.
You're doing a lot of the
Exactly. So he recommended me.
What was the most difficult part of that making that single cover?
The Tonight one.
Yeah, because it's kind of hard to collage things. I'm not gonna lie. I hate collage.
Yeah. Well,
I hate collage, and to
again-
make it work and make it not, how do I say this, not corny. Because I feel like a lot of collage work, I'm gonna get so much people hating on this. I feel like a lot of collage work tends to be corny. You know, like it's the moon, and there's space, and then there's people in the fields running. You know the vibe of a collage type artwork.
maybe you're just not a collage guy, man.
I'm not. But like for that part, it works pretty well because it's not like the usual collage stuff that I see.
Yeah.
You know, because like
Well, they were very clear that they wanted to use that photo of her.
yeah.
And they
from
were
the
like,
music
we
video.
want to do this, but they had no other direction. They were just like, use this photo and do something with it.
And was that before you guys came up with the direction for the album?
No, that was
cover,
after.
Or was it
That was
after?
after,
Okay,
yeah.
so
So
you
then-
guys already had the vision.
Exactly. So we had the
Okay.
vibe, and then I just again Marty I made like the V1, which basically was just chopping him out and chopping her out, and then adding a bunch of like floral stuff and random things around her. But again, I'm not a designer. Like
Yeah.
I'm not that good with Photoshop, and
Yeah.
I've not designed anything else really in my life. I'm like
Yeah.
more of a video guy, so I just kind of pretended to be for that like. For,
There's a lot of
for
pretending
that 6-hour
in this.
session. I was like, okay, I'm a designer now. Let's just pretend that I am, and I just locked in on Photoshop and did like a V1, sent it over to Marty, and I was like, can you just source this out? I don't know what it needs, but it
Yeah.
needs something. And then he gave me like, we went back and forth under like 10 versions. And I was like, okay,
10 versions?
take away this, add this, take away this, add that, more JPEG
More this,
damage,
more
less
this.
JPEG damage, blah, blah, blah. And eventually we ended up getting there. But I think that's the thing. I'm good at doing that. I'm good at giving people notes. Sometimes
That's hard.
I'm
That's
not
hard
the
to do.
biggest ideas guy. I can help build on other people's ideas, but I'm a really good note giver.
And that's
I'm
kind
a
of
demon, bro.
Give us notes for this podcast specifically.
Notes.
How
Okay.
this is going. No, that is hard though, because like I feel like people always ask me to give feedback for their work.
But you were saying earlier in the car that like you don't agree when people do brand redesigns.
But that's different though, because that's unsolicited. You know, like if I'm asking you for
Okay.
feedback, if I'm working on a project,
Yeah.
I'm asking for
For the
feedback.
feedback.
Like,
Okay.
I want you specifically.
Yeah.
Because I trust your stuff. Well, this is an off camera, off pod conversation. But if you know me, I already have beef with like redesigned videos on like the internet, on Instagram Reels specifically, and I just have like a very particular hatred for that genre for a lot of reasons that I will get into in the future of this YouTube channel. But in terms of like talking about like feedback that is solicited, that is
Yeah.
consented, it's hard to do that because sometimes when people ask me to like just critique their work, I don't know what I'm critiquing. Like, you want me to say it's good or bad? No, but like I feel like I always try to be like, what do you think is not working, and what is your vision? I guess my question to you is, how do you give good feedback? Pretty much, I guess.
How do
That's
you
it.
give good feedback?
How do you give good feedback that doesn't?
Well, first,
Yeah.
Well, first of all, you need to know what they're trying to achieve with the
Exactly,
With the thing.
yeah.
So
Alright.
like, I know what you mean, because sometimes people send me stuff and they're like, "Can I have feedback on this?" And I'm like, "I don't know what this is.
Yeah,
I don't know
what
what
you
this is. I don't know what you're trying to achieve." So like, it's hard to give feedback. So first, you need to know what they're trying to achieve. If you know what they're trying to achieve, then you have to like give feedback in a way. You have to. It's like a sandwich, you know.
Yeah.
You have
Okay.
to like.
I like sandwiches. I love this. Please give us a sandwich.
You have to.
method.
You have to like be nice first and just give them something where they're like, "This is something. This is something you like.
Oh,
This
okay,
is
yeah.
something that," and it has to be genuine.
Yeah.
But this is why sometimes giving feedback is hard, because sometimes you see something and you're like, I don't really like any of this.
Yeah, because you don't want to do just like, you just don't want to like glaze them like, this is great, like keep going.
No.
But you also want to like give them
You want to be
something
constructive.
to grow. Yeah.
And I want to be honest.
Constructive. Very,
you know?
yeah, that's very
So like,
important.
sometimes when I give feedback to people, if they ask me for feedback and they just DM me, I'll just be like, you know what? I'm really glad that you've tried. That sounds really bad.
Okay, don't do that.
No,
Don't
no,
do
no.
that. Don't start with.
I'm really glad that, like, okay, I'll do this. I'll be like, I'll try and find something that I do like about it. So whether it's like the
right.
composition or the color
Yeah.
palette or something.
Yeah, the
So you
strongest
start with
part.
something like, this is cool. I like the direction that this is going in. But then you package it with like the things that can be improved. You
Right.
don't. Sometimes you do need to point out what is wrong. But
Right,
you need to
yeah,
frame
yeah,
it in a way
exactly.
of like, instead of doing this, try doing this.
Yes.
Move in this direction.
I agree with.
Don't just point out the flaws. Try and suggest ways for them to go in order to make it better. Once you've done that, then you give them the one final like, well done, pat on the back.
Yeah.
This is also good, or the progress you've made is
Yeah.
amazing. Because sometimes it is.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
People,
No,
I have
I
some
agree.
people who are like that. They just DM me this stuff every now and again. I'm like, they're improving.
Yeah.
So like, it's good to reach out to them and tell them that you are improving, but
Yeah.
there's still a lot of things that can be improved.
Yeah. That's
So-
the Sabih.
So
sandwich method.
but that's if somebody's like cold DMing me and asking
Yeah,
for
yeah,
feedback.
yeah.
If I'm on a music
team-
video,
on a team,
if
how
I'm,
is that
if I'm on a
different?
music video, like I just tell everybody that I work with that I'm gonna annihilate your work. Like I am going in, and there's gonna be no part of this that's not gonna have revisions, and people kind of hate me for that.
Really?
Like they love me, but they hate me. You know?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
but they know it
But
comes
you
from
need-
the right
you
place.
need someone
You need to.
on that-
somebody
on a
needs
team
to be
like
that
that.
person to kind of
Yeah.
just be like the bad
this
cop.
is not
You know?
working out. with this.
And so, honestly, like we use Frame.io for like sending over video versions, and like usually the timeline is just full of notes from me, like on every 5 seconds, because I'm just trying to refine it and get to the right vibe. And I have like very particular standards, and
Like what? Like what's your?
but like I can just
kind of
tell if
vibe?
something doesn't feel
You can
right.
just tell.
You know, I can just tell if like
Okay.
the keyframe needs moving, or if like the color isn't quite right, or if the speed and the easing and the like just I don't know. I just have like I think I have a good sense for that. I have a good sense for animation. I have a good sense for visuals, and if it's not right, then I'm totally okay just telling people like, let's try doing this. Let's try doing this. And I want people when I want to work with people, I want to work with people who are like fast, who are open to feedback, and who are easy to work with. You know, if you're not open to feedback and you get like you take it personally, like
Yeah.
I'm probably never going to work with you again, just because it's not personal. It's
Yeah,
just we're
yeah.
doing.
It's just
we're
work,
working.
yeah.
We're working on the bigger goal.
Yeah.
You know, we're all
We're
trying
on
to
the same
achieve
team.
a
Yeah.
bigger vision here.
Yeah.
And if like you are taking things personally, then that just gets in the way of the whole
Right.
team. It gets
Right.
in the way of the whole process. So you got to be able to like learn how to handle feedback,
Mm-hmm.
because it's hard. Like I know it's hard for me, you know, but I can do that because I've been on the opposite end for like 5 years. I've been the guy who's, you know, sort of being told what to do and having to do a bunch of revisions so many times that like I kind of feel okay doing that to other people now.
Yeah, I mean, I'll speak from experience because you were a longtime follower. Before I think you literally just sent me a voice memo, and I want to play it.
Oh, no.
'Cause, like you're very.
No.
I just want to say that your quality of like being very inquisitive and very
Okay.
curious
Okay.
has been there for the very start, and
Interesting.
that's you just being curious and like willing to learn.
I want to hear
and
this
just-
voice memo then. Let's hear
but
it.
I
How,
wanna-
how long?
It's
give
like
me
a
the
minute.
date.
It's-
Give me
it's
the
not
date
that
though.
long.
What's the
Or-
date of it?
huh?
Like how long ago is this?
2021, July, like 12, 2020, July 21, 2021.
This is 6 months after I first started like doing creative stuff.
Really?
Yeah. So
So yeah, I think you said, "What's up? How are you feeling so far about your 365 project?" So at this point, I'm like, oh yeah, you are hella early. I'm just realizing now because I started in June. I started the 365.
This is 1 month in. 1 month in.
Yeah, I was like, and I say, "Hey, pretty good. Haven't ran out of ideas yet." Ha 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 ha. And you say, "What inspired you to do it?" What the hell? Dude, sorry, I'm like reading. I'm like, what? I'm
Exposing our DMs,
I'm
leaking
like
our DMs.
watching my own DMs. Like depression mostly. Lol.
Oh God.
This is a very different overset text at the very 2 months in. But then you ask, you ask for any tips for making daily work. And then you ask this question.
Another question. How do you make your graphics not just seem like everybody else's graphics? There's obviously trends all the time, and it's difficult when we all have the same tools and similar places of inspiration. Like, it's difficult to not be inspired or influenced by what other people are doing. So how do you kind of, make something that's your own, I guess?
And I want you to answer your own question. Like, how do you?
I like this segment.
Because like I want to
Okay.
see the
progression.
The progression. Because
Okay.
like, how do you stay inspired and like not make it look like everybody else's? Because we all
Okay.
have the same tools, we have the same inspiration. How do
Yeah.
you make it yours? And what have you found out since you sent me that
So
voice memo?
this is a great question. Great segment.
Yeah, it's your
look,
question.
I guess so. Yeah. Well done to me, man. I've got a great question. No, I think the biggest way to stand out is to find references and inspiration that other people are not looking at. So when we do all the music videos, we try and stay away from things that are popular. We try and stay away from Pinterest. We try and stay away from things that are popping on Instagram. Like, I actually think Instagram is the worst inspiration tool possible because because everybody's looking at Instagram for inspiration.
Yeah.
But then if you do that, if you take inspiration, like, I can see somebody's work and I know if they've taken inspiration just from Instagram and they're too online on Instagram. Like I told you,
Very Instagram core.
yeah, I told you before that, like, I went to the Tim Burton Museum to go find inspiration for the PinkPantheress video. I think that's the type of stuff that we need to move more towards, finding different mediums, finding different references that other people are not using. And when I first started doing like the more 2000 stuff, it was a little bit of a trend. It had a little bit of hype behind it, but it was nowhere near as big as it is now. And I think that when I did it, it was a risk, but now it's the safe option. So you got to find ways to like reference mediums that haven't been referenced before, reference media that haven't ever been referenced before. Look at books, look at comics, look at magazines, look at movies, look at like I've been watching. I'm gonna give you guys put on some.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put you guys on right now.
Yeah, you need to put this on right now. 'Cause I don't want you to not all the sauce, but give us a little taste.
I'm
of it.
obsessed right now with a Japanese band called Plastic Tree. I saw them in Japan, and they do like J-rock stuff, and it's amazing. It's so good, and they have some phenomenal music videos. Some of their music videos are very vibe-based, and they're just kind of samey, but there's a couple of their music videos that are absolutely insane. And I'm looking at this, and I'm like, nobody over the past 10 years in Europe or in America has touched anything like this before. So I can just lift a bunch of these ideas, combine them with 2 other references and another color palette, and boom, I've got my own thing. And that's going to be seen as unique, and that's going to be seen as fresh because I'm going to reference different things to what everybody else is referencing.
I guess, how do you find it? Or like, where do you look? I mean, other than like obviously books, movies, but like, what is your process for actually doing that? Like, are you like just like going through Internet Archive? Are you just looking on Wikipedia links? Like, I guess, how do you stay curious, and what does that actually look like?
What we did, so we did another video called Wisest Dealer with Nico B, which had like, it was like much more based on physical footage, like real IRL shot footage, and then we added a bunch of graphics on top. In the end, I wasn't super happy with the video, but the process behind it was really cool. I invited Loza to my house, and he stayed over for a couple of days. And for like 4 hours straight, we went on YouTube and just watched like hour-long compilations of commercials from the 2000s. So we literally just found like 2005 commercial compilation and just watched
watching that?
hours and hours and hours of it. And then we literally wrote down or like screenshotted and just found our favorite parts. And we like the color grade from this, we like the accents from this, we like all these things. And then we ended up finding a few gems in there that we could then flip into being in the video.
That's funny because I've been like doing the same thing because like I've been working on the YouTube video, and like I guess the direction where like I guess the visuals is like I really want to like make it look like a show from the 70s or 80s.
Yeah.
And specifically the text. I need the text to look like it was from the 70s and 80s. So I was like literally just researching how did they used to shoot, how did they even make titles back then, because it was on film, like what was the process like, and how could I replicate that on Premiere? And I was straight up just like watching like 2 hours of like commercials from the 70s.
But you get the vibe, right?
Yeah,
you see what's authentic. Let me actually read a quote. Okay, my phone isn't here. Essentially, I don't know where it's from, so I'm just going to paraphrase it.
Yeah, just paraphrase it.
But essentially,
we could AI it later.
What is the quote? Essentially, what it's saying is that the thing that becomes loved about a medium is the limitation of that medium. So when you think of like vinyls, the thing that becomes loved is the
warmth.
crackle.
Yeah, the crackle,
It's
the
like
warmth of it.
the way that it's slightly imperfect, you know? And that's a limitation of how far it can go at the time. You look at like VHS cameras or digicams. Again, the quality is the limitation. That was the best quality that they could do. But that limit is what we fall in love with, because that's like how good it could get at that time. And then as it kind of progresses, the limit kind of expands. But there's still something like, even on YouTube right now, I'm very nostalgic and I really like 480p music videos.
I feel like a lot of people are on that right now.
And we do that. You know, we purposefully like downgrade our quality to be 480p and make it look super shitty, because like that's a limitation of the technology at the time, but we've kind of grown a warmth for that.
Wait, Luke, how are you looking? You guys good? Okay. That's actually interesting, because I was just thinking about like, why do I liked all the signage, like all the fonts that are used in like signage, is because these people are like like the people who are like making signs and just like who don't have a design.
They didn't have like blend layers and layer styles
they don't
and
have
all
the fonts. They
stuff.
only had the access to Times New Roman.
Yeah,
And they're gonna make it work.
exactly.
And they're just gonna put it up there. And I guess that's what it is, really. It's like the limitation, and we find it endearing.
Yeah.
We find that's the quality that makes it.
Even video games. Look at like
Yeah.
PS2 video games.
Yeah.
They have like the wobbling thing.
Yeah.
They have the textures. Like they just couldn't had bigger textures then. So the
Yeah.
pixelated look and like the low poly style, that was the best they could do. That was the limitation.
I mean, even like Instagram, at some point, maybe this will be retro, but there was like even the dimensions of an Instagram post.
Yeah.
Like that'll be a limitation that maybe in the future people will reference, like, see, it had to be 1920 by 1080 because of Instagram. So people
Yeah.
are gonna like reference that.
Yeah.
I guess we have to like appreciate the limitations of our time right now. Because I guess that's good, especially in the age of AI. And sorry, we're gonna get into the AI section now. It's mandatory.
Yeah. Had to be done.
I guess in the age of AI, where I guess there might never be a limit at this point.
Yeah.
I guess the limitation is important. Also, do you guys like this vibe, guys? Maybe I should do all the interviews in the all white, nothing space. I kind of like this vibe.
I feel like
It's
the
kinda
Matrix.
Yeah, we're in the Matrix. Where maybe I'll like Photoshop like the black or the gray and white checker. Maybe I should make a gray and white checkerboard wall. It's like we're in the transparent zone.
I like
we're being
that.
transparent here, but I guess in the age of AI, like, limitations are gonna be more important, and maybe that's why people like the old VHS stuff, because that's.
And
real.
I think limitation, like this is something that's been repeated so many times, but like limitation is great. It's
important.
If you give yourself a limited color palette, if you give yourself a limited number of fonts, if you give yourself like a limited number of time, like these are all things that actually inspire creativity, because then you don't have the whole world at your fingertips. You can refine what you're trying to do because the scope is so much smaller.
Yeah, I guess that's just like what you said in the very beginning, is that you've tested out your limits, but there was still a limit. But
Yeah.
you got to push it sometimes to see, because you want to
far you
grow
can go, yeah.
as well, not just like staying there. What do you think of AI?
What do I think of AI?
This is or I guess, you know what? Fuck AI. I don't want to talk about AI. We've gone this far without talking AI. We're not talking about it. I do want to know what your graphic design hot take is.
Oh, okay.
What is your graphic design hot take?
Okay, it's kind of related. We're getting comfortable now.
Yeah. Let's get comfortable on this blank ass wall.
Hold on, let me find a position. I'm not very flexible. I feel like
But this is gonna be interesting to have guests just like, all right, you gotta sit on the floor.
Yeah.
I feel like Rick Rubin right now.
Yeah, I'm not very flexible. It's crazy that I used to do this every day in school, like sitting like this.
Yeah.
Like now,
I
like
love sitting like this, honestly.
like my knees
I
are
sit
like
like this on the computer. Like I'm on my regular chair and I sit like this.
Okay.
So maybe I'm used to this.
My graphic design hot take, or my design hot take.
Yeah, or just design in general, I guess. Yeah.
Revisions are terrible unless I'm the one giving them.
You become the client. I am giving revisions.
That's my hot take.
But I guess I feel like designers don't really have a good empathy of being on the other side of giving, because we have experience with all the bad stuff.
Yeah.
But when you're the one giving it, it is difficult. Maybe designers need to like humble themselves by telling somebody else how to revise something.
Well, it's more that like because we know what bad revisions are, right?
Yeah.
Bad revisions is just like changing the music once
Yeah.
you're 6 months down the line from the project, you know?
Yeah.
Bad revisions is like things that feel pointless, like make the logo bigger, you know? But because I've been through all of that,
Yeah.
and because I'm actually trying to achieve like a specific goal in my head, and like I have a vision, and when I like finish a project, I'm really happy, and everybody is like super happy with the final end result.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
my revisions can't be that bad, you know? Like they're kind of necessary in order to achieve greatness. So, yeah, revisions are terrible unless I'm the one giving
Unless
them.
you're the one giving it. Revisions are terrible until I charge the revision fee and they pay it. In which case, the revisions are actually
Actually,
good.
great, yeah.
I'm like, here, keep paying the money. Keep paying how many revisions
Yeah.
it needs to take.
Would I pay people extra for more revisions? I don't know.
Would I pay people? I mean, if you want more revisions,
Then you kind of have to pay.
you have to pay. I mean, they're the unless you don't know how to do it. In which case, if you know how to do it, then don't pay it. So, see, I have the opposite experience because I'm really bad. Like I said, I'm not good at giving feedback. I'm trying to
Okay.
get better. Really, that's like one of the skills I'm trying to get better at.
Okay.
Which I might start offering free ones. Where I'm like, all right, because it's hard to give good feedback. Because usually my feedback is just like, I don't like it. Make it look better. I don't know. Like when
That's so bad.
I'm very bad at like teaching like my skills.
Okay.
That's also a part of why I don't think I'm
Is
good
it
at
because
feedback.
is it that whole thing of like because you're now a master at design, like you forget what it's like to be a student and you don't know what
it's
it is
just hard for me to
explain?
like. It's hard for me to voice it without sounding like an asshole.
No, but you have to be an
But
asshole
yeah,
sometimes, bro.
yeah, but also sometimes I have like minute, like critiques. Like I
Mm-hmm.
said, it's hard because like I don't want to like steer you down.
No, but
I don't wanna,
but
like-
if somebody's asking for your feedback,
Yeah,
that means they respect your taste
I get.
and they're happy for you to be an asshole.
I mean, I guess. I mean,
So like
the biggest thing
you
that
have to
I
let it
see-
go, man. You have to let
I
it
guess,
go.
I mean, I'll just say this as a blanket statement because like this is the number one thing that people ask me, how do I make a design look quote unquote better?
Yeah.
And usually the one that I always see that could be done really easily is like just tight kerning. Like just a little bit tight kerning. All you got to do is like do it a little bit tighter and then it'll just look way better. And if you're trying to achieve what I'm doing, it's literally just that, like being like anal about like random letter spacing. And that does make it a difference because like if you look at all of the designs in the world, they're already not kerned well. So you taking the time to just kern it a little bit, like manually, will make your design just like way better than everything else. Like I guess that's my hot take is like just kern it a little bit better, like tighter, or just like change it honestly, because like people are using default kerning everywhere, and that's not neither good or bad. But if you want to like make it feel tighter,
But how bad can default kerning be if they're using it everywhere and like the world is still going?
well, I mean, like to stand out, I guess. That's all I
Okay.
mean. Like, see, that's why I'm trying to like come up with this philosophy where I'm not saying it's good or bad.
no,
if
but
you
but
want-
that's the thing.
Yeah, but
that
if
that,
you-
that is the problem.
Yeah.
The problem is that you're trying not to impose your belief on
Yeah.
the person that's asking you for feedback. But if they're asking for your feedback, they want
Yeah.
to be brainwashed by you. They want your thoughts.
but I
They want
want-
to be given your taste. You know,
But I
you
want them
have
to-
your whole
I
point is
also-
you believe you're right.
But I want them to also have a very open, like this for my entire audience too. Is like I want them to have an openness to things. Like
No, but just because you say that tight kerning is good, that doesn't mean loose kerning or like spaced out
but
kerning
like
is bad.
I guess if they're coming to me, then that's really a really one real feedback. Is like just
Just get better, bro.
just to get better.
Skill issue.
Yes, skill issue. Like just honestly, just look at a lot of things, and then you'll get it. You'll get the just get. See, that's my problem. I don't know how to give good feedback. I'm like, just get better.
Well, that's my feedback for you. Get better at giving feedback.
Okay, all right. I was like, just get better at interviewing people. Now, this has been fun. It's crazy that we were just following each other on Instagram. I guess that's everyone I interview. It's just
Dude,
people I follow on Instagram.
I feel like
I want to talk to you.
When I first started meeting like online friends,
Yeah.
it was really crazy. Like I remember like touching their face and be like, "Oh my god, you're real!" But then now it's just like
you have legs.
I meet people first on Instagram. Like all of my friends that I have in my life now are people
On
that I
Instagram.
met first on Instagram. So
Yeah.
thank
I mean-
you, Instagram.
Shout out Instagram. See, that's how we knew each other. So
And that brings us to the sponsor of this podcast,
Oh, actually-
Instagram.
wait, no, I have a gift. I'm gonna Nardwire you real quick. Give me a
Oh,
second.
let's go.
This is a small sticker that you could get on the Patreon. Yeah, you can open your eyes now.
Oh, thank you.
This is a sticker, a mini poster that you could get on the Overset Text Patreon. That's the plug of this.
Go for it. You're going to die anyways.
An original from the 365. I shrunk down my posters. So if you go on the Overset Text Patreon, you could get this if you're on the $5 tier. Well, you get 2 other ones, but you get one of these.
Thank you.
That's for you. You don't even have to be on the Patreon. We'll have exclusive additional footage that will not be in person. It'll probably be online, but we're going to probably talk more with other people. So I have my hottest takes behind the paywall. Like talking shit about Alan Peters, that's behind the paywall. Until I unpaywall it, because I have to like gather my thoughts. But my initial shit talking is in there. That's what for the Patreon is, where I just shit talk. So online also. So you'll probably be come back on the show, but on the Patreon paywall
Let's do it.
episode
Let's
where
do
we
it.
talk shit, where all the juicy stuff where we break actual NDAs. Please join the Patreon. I need money. Me beg. This is the begging section. But no, thank you for being on. I guess final question: who do you want to work with? Like very your dream client, I guess, dream collaborator. Who do you want to work for? Or with, I guess, not for. I should say with.
I think like a lot of people, if you asked me this 5 years ago, I would have said Kanye West. But
Actually, even when he was cool, I was like, I do not want to work for that man. He seems very unstable. And
yeah,
would
everybody
be
that I know
horrible.
that has worked with him has a story.
Yeah.
They have a story. So,
Yeah, so
I'm kind of,
no.
I'm a little bit bummed out, but it is what it is.
Yeah, no, I'm bummed out too.
You win
but
some, you
other
lose
than
some.
him.
Other
who
than
would it
him,
be?
I really respect 2 musicians right now, Donald Glover, Childish Gambino, and Tyler the Creator. I think
Ooh,
those 2
Tyler
are
would be cool.
2 people that have really good taste. And whenever they
agree.
execute, they always execute at like the highest level. They always go all in.
I agree.
They have cool merch. They have cool color palettes, cool videos. Like they're always doing interesting stuff. You know, you saw like even like the most recent Tyler rollout for the album that he dropped whilst on tour with Chromacopia. Like it was just cool stuff. Like always trying to be new and fresh and interesting and not really follow trends. So I respect that a lot, and I'd love to work with both of them.
I want to work with PinkPantheress.
Is this whole thing so that you can just get me to plug you into
a whole
PinkPantheress?
bit for me to like. I want to work with PinkPantheress.
No. I mean, if
Please, nah.
if something comes up, I'll see.
I want to
I'll
make
see if it
merch.
works.
No, but no, I would really want to work with her. But
Oh yeah.
other than that, who do I want to work with? Yeah, Tyler would be cool. I feel like he's the new, well, I shouldn't say new Kanye, but he's on his own. He's like surpassed. He's one of his best. The student has surpassed the master low key, in my opinion.
I wouldn't say surpassed.
He's getting there.
Kanye's discography?
Not discography, but in terms of fashion, I really like what Tyler's doing with his like fashion.
Okay.
I think he's getting there, but I do really like Tyler a lot.
I think Tyler's the first Tyler. Kanye is the
True,
first
exactly.
Kanye, you know?
But I think he's at the level where he's actually just like executing his vision.
Really
And that's
well.
where you want to be as an artist, where you can just like have a vision and just like execute it because you have all the resources, or just like you know what to do.
And it's
to
always done
execute
so
it.
well.
Yeah, no, exactly.
It's always done so well. So I'd love to be a part of that process.
Fuck. I was gonna do like PinkPantheress like memes throughout this interview, but I was just too locked in. I was gonna be like, we should record the intro. This will be the intro. This is the intro. Like, we're gonna do the intro at the very end because I feel like that's better actually. Where
Okay.
I'm like,
Are we doing the intro now?
yeah.
Okay.
Hey, what's your name?
Am I doing the bit?
No, I'm asking what's your name.
Okay.
Hey, what's your name?
My name's Sabih.
It's nice to meet you.
No, you have to
It's
say
very
it's really nice to meet you.
you.
Try again.
No, we're keeping that.
You got the bit wrong.
Yeah, dude, don't embarrass me. PinkPantheress is watching this right now. No, we're keeping that in.
Okay.
And then the episode.
Well, thank you very much, guys, for tuning
Yeah.
in to this podcast show episode.
Yeah.
thing.
Is this illegal? All right, bye, everybody.
I'm in pain.
Thank you for being here.
Hey, thank you for watching. I would like to shout out my patron, Juliana Collado, and all my patrons for supporting me on Patreon. Shout out to Luke for helping me out on this video and assisting. And thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.
10 minutes.
That's
Okay.
limitation right there.
Well, this is the limitation. Part of the beauty of this is that I have to wait 10 seconds before I can actually shoot.
yeah, but then I get to collect myself. I get to
Agreed.
frame the shot.
Agreed. So, we've just finished doing a talking.
The talking. We just did a talking. I think it went very well. I feel like, I don't know, man. It was just kind of chilling. I really like the vibe. The studio. It was exactly how I imagined it. So hopefully the footage recorded. I'm always paranoid, bro. I'm always paranoid. Like, did the sound go? Did the video go? Like, ideally, maybe once something bigger, somebody will do that for me, and I don't have to worry about that. Somebody will have to. Somebody
That was your job today, bro.
You're about that. You actually helped a lot. I flagged.
Yeah.
Clips.
No,
I flagged the clips. I did what I was
helped out a
doing.
lot.
Thank you, Luke,
Hands-on set.
for the hands-on set. So that shit was so helpful. So I learned that I need to hire an assistant each time.
No, but honestly, if you weren't there, then we would have not got on the final half.
Oh yeah,
because it would have overheated.
turned off, and you'd be like, "Fuck!"
Yeah, it should have like a big red light showing it's recording or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. But no, it was good. What do you think? Here, let me be behind the camera. Ooh.
What's up, guys? This is Sab Dog back again with another video. Today we're here in sunny California in the Arctic.
Damn, your American accent's hella good.
Yeah, I've been around too many American people in my life. No, this was really fun. I think a lot of the other interviews that I've done have been like, how did you get started, and talking about like the main story and goals and super inspirational, motivational. But this one was just chill. Like, it was just two bros sitting on the floor, being very grounded, no pun intended,
Whoa, yeah, damn, okay.
talking about
Just
shit.
creative
No
stuff.
AI.
No AI. We didn't even talk about AI.
PinkPantheress design.
Yeah, just me gushing over PinkPantheress.
Yeah, it was amazing. Good time. What did you think, Luke?
Yeah, what do you think?
I think the studio was sick. After doing a couple of these now, because I do also like commercial ones for like other companies and stuff like that. This is much more interesting.
Much more entertaining.
Yeah, way more entertaining, and also I like the relaxed. See, I'm paying him to.
No free internship. I pay my interns. I pay my
Overset text intern.
Overset.
That's my title. on
The
LinkedIn
first overset text. Yeah, put that on your
That's
LinkedIn.
my LinkedIn title.
Put that on your LinkedIn. I'm not even on LinkedIn still. I'm not. Whatever God has planned for me, LinkedIn is not involved.
LinkedIn's not there.
No. I pivot to a LinkedIn like influencer. Like something horrible happened to me. Like, this is how I use this bad experience to 10x my business.
My business.
It's crazy shit.
I don't. But yeah, good shoots. I think we got some good stuff. There's some good laughs in there. I like the bit where you chopped up the illegal. Oh, you chopped the lines for illegal.
I had one line. And I was like, very nice. Oh, we should record that. Right now.
I'm down.
Oh, we should do it right now.
Hell yeah. Good job, guys.